Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, hasn't it? I mean, I've been taking a break over Christmas. I was a bit ill, but I've been taking a bit of a break. And now I'm back, and I hope you guys remain watching my videos. I'm a bit scared that you guys aren't going to keep viewing, but I just really hope so. Anyway, today, midway Premier League predictions for the final table of the Premier League. Let's start with 20th place, where I've got Southampton. They had Russell Martin, and he wanted to play a certain style of football, playing out from the back, but his players just simply weren't good enough. Like, these players here, they aren't good enough to do so. So they sacked him. Then they signed this guy from used to manage Roma. He got sacked because he had an awful run of games and was pretty bad. But you think that, you've got something in you, but I don't think it's been enough. He's coming and he hasn't done that well. Alright, let's go with 19th place now. It was a bit of a battle between two teams. I went with Leicester City because they sacked their old manager, and they brought in Ruud van Nistelrooy. And I think it was a mistake sacking their old manager. Ruud van Nistelrooy is a decent manager. I just don't think he's going to do that well. I mean, look at people like Rooney, Lampard, Gerrard. They all failed. They all were brilliant players that failed as managers, and I think Van Nistelrooy might join that crew. Sorry guys. 18th place. The team that I was thinking about putting 19th, Ipswich. I probably would have put Ipswich 19th, but that 2-0 winnings against Chelsea did convince me, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. I just don't think they're going to do enough. Moving on to 17th place. I mean, I was kind of wondering here, but then there was one team that popped up because they're never going to get relegated, and they're the worst team that aren't going to get relegated. Now, that's Everton. I don't really know what to say about Everton. They just don't get relegated. They'll be here for the next 100 years past our lifetimes. And yeah, they're not going to go anywhere, but they are pretty bad. 16th place, I've got Crystal Palace. Last season, I thought Palace would maybe challenge for top 10 because Oliver Glasner, I think he's actually a decent coach, and I thought, he's come in, he's doing well. And then they sold Lisa to Bayern, and then it just came crumbling down, really. Anyway, 16th place, my prediction for them. At 15th place, I've got Wolves because they've now got a new manager. They were doing really bad, got a new manager, and they're flying. They beat Leicester 3-0, battered them, beat Man United 2-0, and then got a draw away to Spurs. That's really good, in fact, really good. 14th place. Before I talk about 14th place, Cunha. He is very good. I mean, if they sell him in this January, I think it could be a different story, but I think he'll stay until the summer and they're going to stay up, and yeah. Now into 14th place, where I've got West Ham United. I mean, I think they actually had a good transfer window, so I thought they could maybe challenge for Europe, but instead they're 13th, and it's not really going really well, so I'm going to predict them to drop by one place, which is 14th. But who will finish at 13th place? Well, at 13th place, I've got Brentford. They've got players like Mbeumo, and I think they're actually a good team. However, towards the summer, they sold Ivan Toney. I think that will not let them push on, really. I think they're going to end up finishing 13th. 12th place, I've got... Oh, my God. At 12th place, I've got Man United. I mean, I don't know how to say this, really. How? Oh, my God. Man United is so bad. I think this video is probably going to be out before they go to Anfield. They're probably going to get whacked, but yeah, not very good. I mean, they had Ten Hag. Then they were thinking of sacking him, but he won the FA Cup, so a bit harsh, but it would have been sacking. But I think at a club like Man United, you've got to be a bit ruthless sometimes. Anyway, he started the season very badly, got sacked. They brought in Amarin, who was doing brilliant at Sporting, comes to Man United, and yeah, it's not been great. And they got the whole drama around Rashford, drama around Rashford. It looks like he's going to leave, and I didn't like what happened to Xerxes when he got booed off after 30 minutes against Newcastle in their 2-0 defeat, because I actually quite like Xerxes. I think he's a good player. I don't think Amrin should. I think Amrin should have waited till half time to kind of avoid the embarrassment. At 11th place, I've got Brighton, and they kind of dropped off because they signed some brilliant players, and I thought they'd definitely be challenging for Europe this season. And I thought after their good start to the season, maybe in the Champions League, but I think they've massively dropped off, and 11th place is going to be their place. 10th place, I've got Spurs. I mean, I thought Spurs would challenge for European football too, and definitely get European football. And after that 4-0 win against City, I thought all they need is consistency and they could get Champions League. But they just threw it away. They've been awful since then. 9th place, I've actually got Bournemouth. Bournemouth are a very good team. They always go through a bad run at the start of the season. They turn into prime Man City, prime Barcelona, and go an amazing winning run. I think they're going to get top 10, get 9th. So, look, I was also going to think of Fulham, but I chose to put them at number 8. Yeah, number 8, I've got Fulham. And yeah, I think Fulham are a good team. I thought I was pretty much going to say Bournemouth or Tottenham. They had just been, you know what, why not Fulham? They are a good team. They are stopping some good teams from winning games against them. And now I think that England's going to get the extra European spot, and they're going to get the extra Champions League spot. It means 5 teams in the Champions League. That means that the 8th place are going to get European football, and I think that's Fulham going to get European football. That's 7th. Now, let me explain it. Usually 7th gets you the conference. I think this season, 7th's going to get you the Europa League. Usually you get the Conference League, but I think Liverpool are going to do well in the Champions League. They're going to get the extra European spot for England. So I think this will this season get you Europa League. Anyway, back onto who's going to finish 7th place. I think Aston Villa. I mean, I thought they'd chance for the Champions League, but maybe when they've been playing in the Champions League, hasn't been too great. But Unai Emery loves his Europa League, so he'll be happy to play in that. At 6th place, I've got one of the teams of the season, Forest. I mean, a lot of people had them playing in the Championship last season, and now could be a Champions League. I mean, it's just amazing, isn't it? Europa League football, I think it's going to come for Forest. They won. They're actually quite a big team for us, but they dropped off, and now I think they're going to be back in Europe. 5th place, I've got Newcastle, and I actually think Newcastle had a good start to the season, then they kind of fell off, and now they're doing well again. They have players like Isak and Gordon. I think they're going to help them get Champions League, in fact, because England are going to get the 5th place. In my opinion, I think they will. 4th place, I've got Man City. I mean, look, they won the treble in 2023. Now, look, this is just awful. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say really for Man City. I mean, I know they came back to winning ways against Leicester. I just don't think they're going to challenge for the title. I just don't see it. 4th place for them. And at 3rd place, I've got Chelsea. I predict for them to finish around the European spots, but they came out challenging for the league, kind of. They obviously were not good enough to win the league in the end. Kind of dropped off a bit. I think 3rd place will be their place. Now, let's see who I predict to win the Premier League. The big reveal. 2nd place, I've got Arsenal Football Club, which means 1st place, I've got Liverpool Football Club. I mean, they're top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League, into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. I think Trent's going to go to Real Madrid, but I think Salah and Van Dijk are going to stay, and I think they're going to once again do what they did in 2020 by winning the Premier League in a brilliant way. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'm going to be back probably very soon. For now, goodbye.